Hey, what's up guys? It's LeMar DeVente back with another Beyblade Burst News video. So I'm going to be covering Hasbro and Takara-Tomy today. So first we have a new set from Hasbro, and second it's an overall look at the new September release for Japan. So let's get right into it. And here is the Champion Clash set from Hasbro. Now I just want to quickly say thank you to Sakura Zeus, who is the one who actually gave the source for these images, and he's the one who first introduced this to me. So, link to his channel in the description down below. But going on, this set has 6 Beyblades and comes with an arena, and it reminds me of the set we got in Beyblade Burst Evolution, the Ultimate Tournament Collection set, which came with the stadium, 6 bays, and actually included 4 frames. Now, back to the contents of the Clash set. We get 6 Slingshock bays, including Wonder Valtric, V4, Turbo Achilles, A4, Fafnir, F4, Dread Phoenix, P4, Aeronite, K4, and Rocktivore R4. And of course, these are all exclusive recolors. And there's obviously the stadium. Now, this seems like a redesign. As you can see that on the left side, there's the regular Rail Rush area, similar to how they did it for the Blue Stadium, where it's just the one ring. But then on the right side, you can see that it doesn't have any of the speed cradles like the Rail Rush set had. And that's really interesting. So it gives more freedom to these bays when they're going on that rail, and that's something I really like about this stadium. Now, talking about the bays included, all of them are pretty relevant to what happens at the end of Turbo. Except for Rocktivore R4, I think they should put Turbo Spryzen in there instead, because that is much more relevant to the plot. Also, another thing to mention is they put Wonder Valtric in here, but at this point in the show, it's, evolved into Turbo Valtric. So give us a Slingshock version of Turbo Valtric instead and put that in here because that is more relevant. Now, my overall opinion on the set is pretty positive actually. The stadium seems fun and I do like that redesign. And the included bays are also a lot of the newer ones, which I do really like. My only complaint is the relevancy of some of the bays included, such as wanting a Slingshock version of Turbo Valtric in the set and having Rocktivore switched out for something like Turbo Spryzen. Though I still do like the bays included, and I think Hasbro's done a pretty good job on the set so far from what we've seen. The only thing we need to know is the price of it, but I'm going to imagine it's not as much as the Switch Strike version we got last year. Now, getting into Union Achilles.Cn.Xtend Retsu. We have all the parts revealed for this. We have images of the box, official renders of the bay, and I'm going to go over every part revealed and show you everything that this bay can do. Now we have the upper half of the bay here disassembled from a Takara-Tomy video. On the left is where we're going to start, where we have the Gatinko chip being Achilles. I'm not sure how it's going to be abbreviated since we already have a Gatinko chip starting with A, which is Ashura. So maybe Achilles is going to be AC instead of just the letter A. Next to it is Retsu, which is the layer weight, and that was first seen on Slash Valkyrie. And after, the 2 pieces next to that is just the layer base itself, which is Union. Now, it may seem odd that it's in 2 pieces, but it is supposed to be like this because it can mode change. The blue pieces, which is basically the Union swords, can be taken on and off to switch between modes, and I'm pretty sure it actually has metal in it. Now, the 2 modes it has is speed mode when it's removed and power mode when it's added, which is probably because it has metal on it, which adds more weight, and also the contact points become much thicker. And here's a quick look at the high definition images for the Beyblade's parts. We can't see the teeth on the Gatinko chip for Achilles, but that's okay, we'll probably see that soon enough, and at least we get to see these really high quality images. Now, looking at the disc and the driver. So first we have the disc known as CN, and we don't know the full name or the gimmick because Takara-Tomy has been very secretive of it. But we do have this image, and I'm going to explain what I think the gimmick is going by what's shown. So as you can see on the bottom, there's 2 arrows lining up, and it's probably to show that it is balanced in this mode. Now because of this, it could probably turn 180 degrees so that the top of it has all the weight focused at that point. Now this isn't something too new, as Ultra Chronos had the gimmick in its layer. And also why I think it's going to work is the 2 arrows are lining up, similar to how we've had it for other parts and the Signify when it's in the proper position. And also it seems like the second arrow, the entire piece, is right below the, kind of like the disc itself, meaning that it should be able to turn. Now, finally, the driver, which is Xtend Plus. Now this isn't exactly a new piece, as we did get a gold chip for it in a launcher set, which was meant to upgrade your Z Achilles. But now this is much more easy for people to get because it is on Union Achilles, which is just a booster, and it includes the Xtend driver piece itself this time and not just the chip. Now, it's good for the community that this is more readily available, as Xtend Plus is actually one of the best stamina drivers in the meta and has been since it's released. It hasn't even really been outclassed. So for everyone who's in competitive play, it's much easier for them to get it, and if you're trying to get into the competitive game, well, this should be a good set to pick up then, because of course you get Xtend Plus, one of the most necessary stamina pieces. Now to wrap up my thoughts about Union Achilles, it's one of the best looking gachi bays so far. I can't say much about performance obviously, aside from the driver itself, but hopefully Achilles has some good teeth on it. Maybe it feels like Joker, that would be quite nice. Now, Retsu is a fine weight, and Union. I'm hoping that this actually has use in the meta. Maybe it could be good for attack, but I mean, we do have the Judgment Wheel already. Now, something to mention in regards to just Achilles and not the meta itself, I wish it had some more defensive elements, as Z Achilles and Cho Z Achilles had 2 defense contact points and 2 attack contact points, which highlighted the basis of balance types. But this only has the 2 swords and nothing defensive at all, so that's a bit of a downer. If it had 2 shields on it, that would have been cool, and I would have appreciated that, but it still looks really nice, and I enjoy the gimmick. Now for CN, it'd be cool to see something that would focus weight like that in the disc. And finally, Xtend Plus is a very nice addition. Overall, I'm really hoping to get this, and maybe it'll be my first gachi bay. Well, that's all for this video. If you guys like this video, leave a like. And if you want to be updated for all my Beyblade and Bakugan content, hit the subscribe button down below. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think of these new Beyblade announcements in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and remember to blade on.